Hi everyone, I'm Didius, and welcome to Surviv Tips and Tricks Part 2. If you missed Part 1, it will be in the description. Here we go! Tip 1, when enemies run off the screen, wave your gun back and forth to left and right, because when they're off the screen, you don't know which way they're running off to, and you have a really good chance to hit them if you just wave it around. Get a lot of kills that way. You should definitely start doing that. Tip 2, when in melee versus melee battle, try to hit them in the back, so they can't hit you back. And this works very effectively. I've been in a lot of melee battles. It's really nice not to lose health when you're fighting other survivors in melee. Tip 3, when you're trying to melee an enemy and a team is trying to shoot, move out of the way so they don't hit you and they hit the enemy. But you can keep chasing the circle you're trying to melee. Tip 4, if someone's in the underwater bunkers, you can see bubbles come up when they're down there. So you don't have to go down there and check to see if anyone's down there. You just look for the bubbles. It works in the river bunker too. However, in the river bunker, if they're in the hallways, it does not show bubbles. Also, there's smoke from the furnaces in the greenhouses by the rivers when there's people inside. However, if the furnace is broken, it doesn't smoke. But it's a good way to see if people are in there. Tip 5, when you run away from people chasing you, throw grenades in front of you, not behind. I see way too many people throwing behind you, which doesn't work because the people just run over them and they don't explode. But if you throw them in front of you, by the time they get there, they blow up. So you win! Tip 6, revive teammates by windows and doors so you can see inside and out. This is really important. I see a lot of people just revive and don't move. You know, it's always good to think about where you're reviving, moving. If you could see inside, you know, someone won't jump you, and so you could win. Tip 7, here are a few of the common bounce shots used in the game. I see a lot of people not use bounce shots. They're very useful. And here's a warehouse bounce shot. Super useful. You always see people in those corners. You can do it on either side. Here's the bank bounce shot. Very common one there. Here's a random refrigerator run. I really like that one. You can use the refrigerator in like all parts of the house if that wall is broken. Obviously the crate one everyone knows. A lot of people use that one. They don't use a lot of the other ones that you should use, but crate one is great. Tip 8, here's a few different door strats I like to use in the game. The first one, I like to go against the door when someone's close to it, about to open it, so you get right on top of them. Really easy to melee them. And when that happens. Another one, close the door when they're trying to run away. That's super awesome. I love doing that so much. When just block their path of escape. Yee. The police doors, there's a couple doors in the game where you could bounce shots. That one's super fun. Yeah. Close it before they shoot. This one, same thing as the police door. Great way to win. I wanted to put this one in just because I won this game. Pretty much, I think almost entirely because that door bounced, because you know, my health was pretty low. I was close. He had an MP220. And I was like, yee. Tip 9. When you have a pan, you should really get used to putting your back towards enemies when you're not shooting so you can block shots and bounce shots. You're basically just a moving barrier, except you reflect bullets. It's great. You could just close the gaps when you charge them with your back towards them so you can melee them. Also, you can try to get close and reflect the bullets so they shoot themselves, which is one of my favorite things to do, which happens actually right here. So get used to using that pan on your back or in your hand. It's much easier to block bullets when it's on your back though. So definitely, you know, turn around and show your back when you have the pan. Tip 10, if you're close to enemies and need to reload, stand on them so they can't shoot you. This is really fun. Good players might, when you stand on them, they might switch to melee and hit you, so just be prepared that might happen. Tip 11, a downed enemy is basically just an indestructible shield, unless of course the enemy that's downed is not on the team of the enemy shooting at you. You can see it here, he's just using it as cover. Great way to survive. Tip 12, while reviving, you could position yourself to help teammate survive by blocking bullets for him. You can do it when you're not being the reviver too, but when you're reviving a teammate, try to block bullets for him. Tip 13, when you're reviving a friend in smoke or you're being revived, start pinging where you are or you want to move so they can move with you. You could totally revive in smoke and move at the same time. It's a great thing to do, probably more advanced move, and sometimes you mess up, but definitely should give that a try. Tip 14, if enemies are camping you on the bottom or top of stairs, smoke it and throw some frags too. And they can't see you come up the stairs if it's smoked, so they can't just shoot you right away. Great way to get out of those sticky situations, all those survivors out there. And a lot of times when you prime grenades and throw them up and down stairs, you can get the kill very easily if they're sitting there watching the stairs. So use that. Tip 15, when you have a larger scope standing at a doorway or edge of a building, you can actually see into the building really far. But if you go in, you lose your scope power. So stand at the edge and you can shoot, you can see and shoot people really far down there. Yee! Well, folks, that's all the tips I have for the tips and tricks video number 2 for Survivio. I hope you really enjoyed it, and thank you all so much for watching. Please check out our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Didius, and also, if this helped you or you have any comments about it, please leave it in the comment section below and give it a like. Thank you so much. Love you.